got a freedom and independence themed show. Hello everyone, I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. It's children who bear the brunt of injuries from fireworks, but for everyone's sake, LA's fire department wants us to stick to enjoying a professional show for the 4th of July. LAFD and LA Animal Services give advice for safe Independence Day celebrations.
All fireworks in the city of Los Angeles are illegal, even the so-called safe and sane. Our emergency call load is increasing every single year. We run over 1,500 emergencies daily, transport over 600 people to the hospital every day. So around the 4th of July, it goes up even more. Approximately 400 or 500 additional emergency calls. Children historically are the ones that are most injured, and it's the fingers, the hands, the eyes, the face that end them up in the ER. Veterans that feel like they're back in a war zone, it exasperates their PTSD. Pets that get scared, they have such sensitive hearing, they run away and the shelters get full. That's why we really want people to stay away from fireworks, see a public show.
Queremos recordarle al público que el 911 es solamente para emergencias. Si usted quiere reportar la venta ilegal de cohetes o el uso ilegal de cohetes en la ciudad de Los Ángeles, use la aplicación MyLA 311.
This time of year between July 4th and the days that follow, we will be inundated with animals who have become separated because of fireworks. Make sure that there are no places where your pets might escape. Even the smallest hole that you think that your pet will not try to escape from, when they're afraid, they will force themselves through those spaces and often cause injury. If pets become separated and they are microchipped, we can immediately find the owner's information and reunite them with their pets. One of the best things that the public can do is if they encounter a lost animal who seems to be healthy and not injured, is to really hang on to that animal for a couple of days and go on to Petco Love Lost, put the profile of the animal there so their family that's missing them can find them and be reunited. Skip the shelter altogether.
The Sepulveda Basin has a vision plan that looks to the future. The plan reimagines what the 2,000-acre area could be and how it could best serve the San Fernando Valley. The community, which actively contributed to the plan, celebrated further funding in the Sepulveda Basin's bright future.
Today we gather to celebrate a fantastic milestone for the San Fernando Valley, the Sepulveda Basin Vision Plan. This is going to be a location where we're going to update the bike paths, the walking paths, the sports recreation facilities.
We're leading up to the Olympics in 28, so we want to leverage that moment.
We want to take some pride in this part of the valley. We get left behind all the time. But this basin is a wildlife bird refuge. It's a place where you can cool off during the summer, and if we improve it, people will start to look at their neighborhoods with pride and not have to leave and try to get to the west side just to cool off.
Lake Balboa is where I fell in love with the outdoors, right in the middle of the city.
I am most excited about, the recreation and the beautification of the surrounding area. They're going to de-channelize the LA River, and they are going to turn that into a natural space.
I come to the park here every day, and this vision plan is really about just not like park by park, but really a bigger vision. Can we build the central park of the San Fernando Valley?
One of the main things that we have to make sure happens is that all levels of government work together in order to fund it and turn it into what it could really be.
Yeah, it feels great to see all these government pieces come together. The senators here, the councilwomen's here, a lot of people are here, which, makes me feel good, and it makes me feel like my voice is being heard and something's actually going to get done. So it's huge. It means a lot to a lot of community members.
Freedom celebrations in the 1-5 brought family, friends, and fun to a Harbor Gateway neighborhood. Councilmember Tim McCosker witnessed the pride of the Athens on the Hill community as participants shared what Juneteenth means to them.
We are in the North Gateway. We're in a beautiful community, Athens on the Hill. And at Athens on the Hill right now, today, we're celebrating Juneteenth with music, with food, with fun, games for the kids, right here, right off of Athens Boulevard.
This has been a wonderful celebration with family and friends. It warms my heart that we're all on the same page, thinking about freedom, thinking about what we want America to look like, with everyone getting along well. And there's a lot of places that we can go to do that, but it's wonderful doing it here in my community. I've lived in this community since 1964, and I'm very proud of it. And that's what Juneteenth means to me, freedom.
Juneteenth means healing, means having fun, means family. It means doing things to remember what our ancestors did for us. It means voting. It means getting out and doing what we need to do to keep Juneteenth alive and our families together.
We've had barbecues and cookouts and stuff like that, but we were doing it for the 4th of July, but we wasn't doing it for what it actually meant to us as black people. That's why we're celebrating, and we're glad they made it a national holiday. So this is something that we'll be looking forward to celebrate.
So Juneteenth is certainly African-American history in the United States, but it is also American history. To celebrate and to recognize Juneteenth is to recognize a piece of American history. It means different things to different people, but it's important for all of us to celebrate together because we also on this Freedom Day renew our commitment to equality throughout our entire country, and again, certainly in the 1-5.
Thanks to everyone in Athens on the Hill for showing us what we want America to look like, one community at a time. Why were council members seen taking down no U-turn signs in Silver Lake and then celebrating the fact? These were not quite the traffic signs they appeared to be, as council member Hugo Soto Martinez explains.
We're on Griffith Park Boulevard, right on the side of District 13, and today we removed these no U-turn signs that were connected to the no cruising signs that were used to discriminate against the LGBT community. And so we removed the last remnants of that really terrible policy, and so it's a very joyful and exciting day.
They slipped through the cracks. They were a relic of the 90s anti-gay policies in Los Angeles. There were signs that explicitly said no cruising, which had been removed years ago.
During the 1990s, it was very much a cruisy area where a lot of the LGBT community had no other option but to meet each other in the streets, so this became a very famous place.
I reached out to the city and had asked them what we could do to get these signs taken down, and that initiated a 2-year process, which got done today. They are finally down. It felt awesome.
The queer community has not always had the privilege or the freedom to gather in spaces that embrace identities like this, and so I take that responsibility really seriously.
Councilmember Rahman and I are not only friends, but we're very values aligned, and so we teamed up. If we remove one sign from one side of the street, we're going to do one on the other, and of course bring the community together to celebrate this great day.
EmpowerLA oversees 99 neighborhood councils, all of which get communities involved and engaged. At a recent training day in City Hall, community advocates learned how to connect with the city's budgeting process and make sure their neighborhood needs are heard.
The Department of Neighborhood Empowerment helps oversee the 99 neighborhood councils in the city of Los Angeles, which is the largest and most dynamic civic engagement system in the entire country.
We provide resources and support to train folks who want to make a difference in their communities. Today is Budget Day 2024. We've got speakers here today, our City Controller, Kenneth Mejia, to demystify the City of Los Angeles' budget processes.
They hear presentations from city leaders. They're able to give feedback
This in turn helps our budget advocates and budget representatives who are part of our neighborhood councils learn how to advocate for their budget. The city is facing a budget deficit, and it's projected to continue to do so for the next few years. And we want to make sure that all communities across the city are aware of that and that they can make a difference by making their voices heard.
The neighborhood councils are your voice to City Hall. Angelinos can join our department. They can go to EmpowerLA.org, which is our website. There's a lot of information on there.
We want all Angelinos to get involved with EmpowerLA.
You heard it here. Your neighborhood council is your voice to City Hall, and you can advocate for your community by getting involved. Council District 1 opens a new field office. The Department of Civil Rights hosts a unique housing fair and a city program that helps small businesses go digital. These stories up next on CityBeat.
Councilmember Ulysses Hernandez was joined by city staff and local residents to celebrate the official grand opening of a new field office in Westlake. Serving as a central hub for programs and services, the new space will be a bridge to City Hall. Located in one of the most densely populated areas of the city, Angelinos will be able to benefit from resources, constituent case management, and events. The new office will serve residents of Council District 1, which includes Westlake, MacArthur Park, Pico Union, and surrounding neighborhoods. For more on the work of Councilmember Ulysses Hernandez and her office, visit cd1.lacity.gov. A recent in-person housing resource fair was held for the transgender, gender-expansive, non-binary, intersex, and two-spirit TGI2+ community. Hosted by LA's Civil and Human Rights Department along with the Transgender Advisory Council, this was the first ever resource fair of its kind. According to the National Center for Transgender Equality, 1 in 5 transgender individuals have experienced homelessness at some point in their lives. The resource fair also included networking, health, and mental health support services for the TGI2+ community. For more information, visit civilandhumanrights.lacity.gov. The City of Los Angeles Economic and Workforce Development Department, EWDD, along with the Mayor's Office, is digitizing LA small businesses with LA Optimized, and you can sign up now. Many small businesses have been disproportionately impacted by COVID-19, and LA Optimized helps them compete in the digital marketplace. According to EWDD, consumers have become more comfortable ordering online, and small businesses now require digital solutions to market and grow their business. LA Optimized includes support in digital branding, enhancing online listings, creating a website, and connecting businesses to design and content creators. Small business operators are urged to sign up now to be notified for the upcoming LA Optimized program. For more information, visit lacityoptimized.org.
It looks like a castle to some, and it certainly is a stronghold of knowledge, because behind the stonework lies the Arroyo Seco Regional Branch Library. But it takes more than a building. Senior librarian Dora Suarez tells us about library programs serving the local community.
I'm Dora Suarez. I'm the branch manager of the Arroyo Seco Regional Library. I'm responsible for the day-to-day activities, as well as doing reference and the adult programming. I've been with the library for 28 years, 17 years here at the Arroyo Seco Library. I walked into the library, and the librarian was hosting a program for the summer. And I was like, oh, this is fun. So I asked her what it took to be a librarian, and she guided me. And as a matter of fact, she is still the senior librarian at Los Feliz. So I still know her. I mean, she was my motivation. I love it every day. Every day is a new adventure. Working with the public, working with children specifically, creating programs for them, that's the best. For programs, we've had a running book club that's lasted 15 years. They meet every fourth Saturday of the month at 3 o'clock. As well as children's programs, we have baby and toddler story time at 10:30, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We've been at the same location for 110 years. We have 3 buildings in the same location. Our first building was a Carnegie building, opened in February 1914. Our second building was a 60s building, and we also got a mural in 1995 by Luis Becerra. That mural stayed with us when we had this particular building, and that opened in 2002. In the building itself, the uniqueness of it is at the front, we have the Arroyo River Rock that mimics neighborhood buildings like the Lummis House and the Abbey. And also it mimics the old building, the Carnegie building, with its Art Deco and mission style architect. Some people say, oh, I didn't know this was a library. I thought it was a castle because of that, because of the front, the exterior. But yeah, we are a public library. It's fairly big, it's very nice inside. It has 2 floors, and most libraries do not have 2 floors. We're unique to that. And we also have a very large community room that's always used. Check out lapl.org, and they can find our calendar of events with all the activities that we have.
Food waste is a growing climate concern. It's also shocking to consider in light of neighbors who experience hunger and food insecurity. But there is a program that tackles both issues. The LA Conservation Corps shows us the Food Rescue Project.
Hi, we are the LA Conservation Corps, and this is our Food Rescue Project, currently funded by California for All. We have partnered up with MEND, which is a local food bank in the San Fernando Valley. The purpose of this program is to collect edible food that would otherwise go to waste and get redistributed to feed families in need. According to Feeding America, there's approximately 3.9 billion pounds of food that get rescued throughout the year. So having these programs is vital for the community because it helps families make ends meet. LA Conservation Corps provides work experience and job training for young adults ages 18 to 26. We are operating on a Tuesday through Saturday schedule. We have 2 crews collecting and rescuing all sorts of wholesome foods.
On a regular day, we're hitting anywhere from 2 to 4 stores, including Albertsons, Trader Joe's, Pavilions, and Target.
We'll load it up onto the lift gate, we'll lift the gate up, and then we'll roll it in. The main components that they give us is fresh produce, meat, and bread.
In terms of conservation, we also have another project through LA Compost.
I believe this program is really important for the stores who can't get rid of the food and so it won't go to waste. Whatever is not good, we just give it to the composting.
Without programs like these, we would have a lot of waste, a lot of food going into landfills. So this composting project is crucial because we are closing in the loop. So nothing is being wasted and is being redirected to serve as compost. For more information on our organization, you can log in to lacorps.org.
Being active and meeting people like you who like you is especially important for the queer community. About 450 people are part of a group that plays sports together at Pan Pacific Park. Let's take a look.
Oh, right now we're at Pan Pacific Park, which is the home to our Outloud Sports Dodgeball League, as well as our soccer league, which is down on the field below. We come here every Wednesday night. We play with about 450 queer adults of all genders, sexualities, you name it. They're here to play, have fun, socialize, and get outside, or get indoors and get active and have a great time.
It feels great, to go somewhere and just know people and be able to say, hi, how are you? How's that thing that you were going out for? This, that, the other thing. It's so nice to just have a community like that. And also be able to get outside and be active and play a sport that I love. Before I was doing this, I was honestly like pretty upset, you know, whenever I wasn't playing sports or being active. You know, you can get kind of depressed, but having this has changed everything, and it's made Los Angeles so much more fun.
A program like this is very crucial for the community. It's great. I mean, it brings LGBTQIA+ together. You get to meet a bunch of new people, and I think it's really important to have community in life.
As a father of a gay child, it's very important that we're very inclusive for everyone. So to have Outloud, which is an amazing organization that's throughout the country, to have Pan Pacific as their home, I'm very honored to have that. We're really not Pride Month, we're Pride Year at Pan Pacific. It's very important for people to be able to come out and coexist.
We do so many different programs here, and we are just really excited to see how it's all gonna shape up. Summer is one of our busiest times. We have almost 2,000 athletes, again, of all genders and sexualities playing with us in the summer, and it's all in the LA Park. So it's pretty kind of amazing to be centered here, to play here, have a blast here, and find our homes here.
Coretta Scott King said, "Freedom is never really won. You earn it and win it in every generation." While freedom celebrations were ongoing, our Anita Bennett caught up with Councilmember Marquise Harris Dawson in our feature story. He spoke about the significance of Freedom Day for African Americans and the importance of Juneteenth for American society.
Well, Juneteenth marks a special day in U.S. history. On June 19, 1865, the last group of enslaved people in the country were freed. Joining us to discuss this freedom celebration here in the city of Los Angeles is Councilmember Marquise Harris Dawson. Thank you so much for being here.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, once again, we do it again.
Yes, there it is, every June.
Okay, so Juneteenth has been a federal holiday for a few years now. So in your opinion, why is it important that we continue to celebrate this day?
Well, it's an important story to remember. It's part of the American story. It's part and parcel of the American story. Slavery is something that really isn't recognized in any other formal way as a part of U.S. history, and it's such a big part of who we are as a country and who we've been, and really vestiges of which we are still trying to overcome to this day. And then there are the particularities of the story of Juneteenth that just shows the struggle and working through something. And so, you know, we here in Los Angeles, we wish homelessness would go away tomorrow and we could just have solved that problem. The story of Juneteenth teaches that, you know, even after a war, after the government sent several people to Texas who didn't make it all the way to Texas for some reason.
So the word that about the Emancipation Proclamation did not make it to Texas.
Exactly. It didn't make it to Texas. Shows that you just got to stick with something. You got to stick with it over time, especially big problems. And so that's an important lesson that Americans, Angelenos, and everybody, frankly, around the world can use in their day-to-day life.
It really is incredible that it's been over 200 years and yet we still are dealing with some of these struggles.
That's right. That's right. You see it in every walk of American life. You know, you look at the people of African descent and you say, hey, what's going on there? And then you look at the history and you understand that that's how this country started. It started really with slavery, as President Obama called it, as the original sin. And we continue to try to work our way out of that generation after generation.
I want to talk more about Juneteenth. How are you celebrating the holiday?
Well, you know, we have several celebrations, formal celebrations now throughout the county of Los Angeles, certainly a lot here in the city, informal barbecues, picnics, so on and so forth. And so there will be a lot of that as well.
For people who want to give back for Juneteenth, instead of celebrating, doing something for the community, what would you recommend they do?
Well, you know, there's always our local organizations and our local churches. Everybody's doing something. You know, when you see people living on the street in your community, know that they always need underwear and socks. That is the #1 request of people living on the street. So there's that, but there's your local church is always doing something and your local community organization as well.
In terms of giving back, how do we use the momentum from Juneteenth, this positive energy, and take it into the future?
Well, you know, I think it's a great story. At one level, it's a sad story that people imagine being a slave and you have to stay a slave 2 years longer than was legally required because the news didn't get to you. Incredibly tragic, but also triumphant, right? Imagine you're living there and you think there's no end in sight. This is never going to get better. And then suddenly things change. And they change because people keep pushing for a better future.
In this week's Things to Do, enjoy an outdoor extravaganza for the 4th of July. Catch up with Barbie and Ken at a movie screening, and check out contemporary artworks at COLA 2024. All this up next on Things to Do.
Celebrate Independence Day 2024 at Councilmember Bob Blumenfield's July 4th extravaganza. It's the biggest Independence Day event in the West Valley, with one of the most spectacular fireworks displays in all of Southern California. Get down to Warner Park and enjoy the big band sounds of Angela O'Neill and the Outrageous Eight and the Paul Literal Band. Come early and browse the arts and crafts vendors and local businesses, or get some food from one or more of the many food trucks on site. You won't want to miss Councilmember Bob Blumenfield's July 4th extravaganza on Thursday, July 4th, beginning at 6 p.m. For more information, visit valleycultural.org. Get your pink on for a screening of the hit movie Barbie at Hollywood Rec Center on July 6th. Whether you are Original Barbie, President Barbie, Weird Barbie, or Ken, this is your chance to catch up on the fun movie which won the box office last year. This screening is one in a series of Hollywood free community movie nights. Join neighbors and community members at the Hollywood Recreation Center on Cole Avenue for the screening of Barbie, July 6th at 8 p.m. For more information, check out CD13 on social media at CD13 Los Angeles. There's still time to catch COLA 2024 at the Los Angeles Municipal Art Gallery, La Mag. COLA 2024 features dynamic artworks by 5 LA artists, each of whom received a grant from the City of Los Angeles Independent Master Artist Project known as COLA IMAP. These contemporary artworks in ceramic, sculpture, photography, video, painting, and drawing show the synergy between the City of LA and its artists. Head to La Mag in Barnsdall Park to see COLA 2024, Thursday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. through July 20th. For more information, visit lamag.org. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacitybview.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.